And with so many spam calls and hackers in action, it's important to ensure that your financial information remains safe. Safe Credit Union is in the business of helping you and putting you first. Joining us live with tips on how to protect your funds with your financial well-being in mind is Safe Credit Union Chief Information Officer Mike McCarthy. Welcome, Mike.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Yeah, we're happy to have you on. Now, we've been hearing a lot about businesses being hacked and their customers' data being compromised. That's scary stuff, especially if it affects our money. What can people do to help keep their financial information safe?
Yeah, those are unfortunate events, but they are good reminders that the cybersecurity threat is real, and attackers are always trying to steal our financial information. So the best thing that each of us can do in our personal lives is follow some basic security best practices. So one of those is using strong passwords, at least 10 characters in length, and with complexity. And that means adding uppercase, lowercase, numbers, and special characters to your passwords. And really anything shorter than 10 characters in a password nowadays is crackable in a matter of a few days. The other thing is don't use your passwords, the same password for multiple accounts. And then monitor or configure alerting on your financial accounts, close any financial accounts you're no longer using, and keep your contact information up to date with your financial institution in case they recognize something suspicious, they can reach out to you.
That's important to know, especially with keeping your contact information updated with your financial information so they can notify when needed. What tools are available to help people to take those steps?
Yeah, one of the most effective things you can do in monitoring your financial accounts is set up alerting. So let's say, for example, we offer customized transactional credit debit card alerting where you can pick a threshold, say $20, and a type of transaction that you want to know about, probably card not present online, which is the #1 way attackers use your financial information to buy things. And it would send you a real-time text or push notification to your phone. That would allow you to contact your financial institution and say, hey, this isn't me, please block this and reduce further damage. The other thing I would recommend is always use two-factor authentication when you can. So that's commonly the password, which we talked about, in combination with a one-time PIN that you get from a push notification or a text message. If the attacker gets your password, two-factor auth, they probably don't have your phone, so you can still block them from getting it.
See, I need to take advantage of that because I've seen that, like, oh, you can have the two-factor authorizing it. I'm like, it seems like another separate process, but if that just means I'm ensuring my safety for my financial data, it's so important to do, take that extra step. And we all have so many passwords these days that we have to remember. What can people do to be sure they have secure passwords?
It's definitely challenging, and adding on that layer of making them strong passwords. So I recommend using personal hobbies. When I'm not at work, I'm with my kids, so I integrate details about my kids' personal hobbies into my passwords with some of that complexity we talked about. The other thing you can do is use password vaulting. A lot of mobile phones and systems online offer vaulting tools that will save all your passwords, and you really only need to remember one. They'll also create complex random passwords for you to keep those unique. So definitely take advantage of those tools out there.
And another way people can get your information is through scams. How can people avoid these, especially when they have gotten more convincing throughout the years?
Yeah, scammers, they attack our emotions, right? So they're going to push the urgency of your response and make you fearful of some sort of legal action, or you're late on a bill or a fine you have to pay. Or they might even come after your sense of joy and saying you won something or a sweepstakes. So just be careful of that in your thought process. If it was unexpected, it's probably a scam. So I always tell people, stop that interaction for a minute, open a web browser, search for that company that says that this is supposed to happen, and look for a 1-800 number that you can call outside of the communication it started in and validate or verify what is really occurring.
Yeah. Okay. And then do you have any final tips, any other advice for our viewers?
Look, I know probably more than most people that the technology environment and security is changing all the time, but sticking to the basics and following these best practices we talked about today, like secure passwords, monitoring your bank account, setting up alerting, not sharing personal information unnecessarily, they're still the best ways, and they're effective at stopping hackers. So hackers want easy targets. If you follow those best practices, you're going to deter them, and they're going to go look for an easier target.
Oh, thank you so much, Mike. You've helped me just with the tips that you've already provided and our viewers as well. And for more on how to protect your financial data with Safe Credit Union, visit safecu.org or you can call 800-C-SAFE.